Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a project pan update. This is update number 11 and that means I only have 1 month to go to finish as many of these products off as I possibly can. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I am simply not going to finish, but that's okay. I have made good progress throughout the year and I'm excited to give this last month one more push to see how much I can get through. But first I want to start with the things that I did finish up. So I'm going to start with this. It is a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I have the shade 25 medium. This has definitely been too dark for me. This is a summer shade for me, but you know, I pushed through, I made it work. One of my oldest concealers, and I just really wanted to make sure I finished it up this year. It does look like there's still product sort of on the sides, and there is definitely a pool of product at the bottom, but it was really difficult to get it out. I would have to let it sit this way in a cup, and then I would only get the tiniest little bit on the end of the wand when I'd pull it out. I'm like, it's done. It's fine. It's done. I've used enough of it. It is finished. Next, I have the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. So last month I did pull out the sifter and there was such a small amount of product in there. It was really easy for me to finish this up. Pretty sure I have another one of these in my drawers. I will confirm that when I get around to sitting down and filming my collection videos. And I would hold on to it. I like this product. I think it's great. I have come to the conclusion that loose powders are not my preferred type of powder to own, but there are some that I've used that I really enjoy, and I'm willing to look past the fact that it's a loose powder. But I think going forward in the future, I'm going to aim, when it comes time for me to buy a powder, I'm going to aim at buying pressed powders because they're just my preferred type. I did finish up my Reese's lip balm. So look, I have the same issue with this as I've had with all of them. I can wind it up, and then when I go to put it on my lips, the pressure pushes it right down again, and I'm just like, this is the end. It's done. I don't mind these, but I think maybe I'm a bit sensitive to the scent in these, because I notice when I'm using it regularly to try and finish them up, my lips can get a little bit irritated after, you know, a few days of constant use. So I don't know. Maybe it's the scent. I don't think it's the formula. The formula is pretty standard. They are really nice and hydrating though. So, you know, it was okay for me to kind of power through, and then I just swap it out with something else when I noticed my lips were getting a little bit irritated. And yeah, look, it's a lip balm. It's done. I'm happy. It's one extra lip balm out of my stash, and I remember when I did my inventory last year, I had so many lip balms. It was I feel like it was over 50 lip balms. Let me check actually. Yeah, I think I had 53 lip balms. It's really bad. Something that's not quite finished, but I'm calling it done, is this guy from Colourpop. It is my Oh Snap lip pencil. Now, the reason why I've decided to call this quits is it's getting really hard to sharpen. Also, many of you would have experienced this with Colourpop lip liners because they are notorious for doing it. I have had some that don't do it, but this is one that does. The pencil has come loose, so over time it actually makes them dry out quite quickly. These are naturally a very creamy pigmented lip liner, and it still is fairly creamy, but I can feel the dryness in it, and I get a little bit of skipping on the lips and stuff. So I've opted to call this one done, finished, so I can try to use up one of the other lip liners that's in my project, or not use it up, but get more use out of it, because I feel like if I keep this in the project, I am going to try to actually finish it, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's best to just call this quits and move on to trying to use something else. I really love Colourpop lip liners. I think they're a fantastic product, especially for the price. I would buy more in the future. Oh Snap is one of my favorite shades. I did use it today under an Hourglass lipstick that I have in the project. So, you know, I still love it. I just feel like it's time. Guys, I finished a perfume. I finished this guy. This is, I can't believe this is the last time I will have to say this ridiculously fucking stupid name. DKNY Delicious Delights in Fruity Rooty. Oh, it's like nails on chalkboard for me. So there is actually a tiny bit of product in there. You'll probably be able to see it down here. But what is super annoying about this bottle is the little, like, I'm sure there's a technical name for it. If you know what it is, let me know. But the tube that's inside there that helps to pick up the product when you spray it, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. Sometimes you get lucky and brands will make them a bit longer and they kind of curve along the bottom of the bottle, so you can get almost every drop out of it, but you can't with this. There's a tiny bit left in it. What I was finding was I would use it and then I'd get that where it's just like pathetic. So I would actually rest it on my bookshelf and spray it that way so it laid flat. And once it sort of stopped spraying properly, I was like, good, you're finished. See you later. I like the scent of this, but not enough to want to buy it again. It was nice while it lasted, but I feel like now I associate these DKNY fragrances with like my much younger years, and I don't know, I feel like, I'm gonna say, to me they feel a bit juvenile, but that's probably not really the right way to describe how they make me feel. I don't know, they feel a bit nostalgic to me, but I don't want to actually wear them. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you can have like a nostalgic fragrance. Like there are some from my high school years that's still being made, and if I'm in a store and I see it, I might pick it up and, you know, have a little spray and smell it, and that's nice and it's fun, and, you know, it reminds me of times gone by, but I don't want to own it. I don't want to wear it. I'm not interested in it being like a fragrance that I wear in this phase of my life. And that's sort of how I feel about this fragrance and a lot of my other DKNY fragrances that I have. I think I still have a couple. I guess, again, I'll find out when I do my inventory and collection videos. But yeah, I think these are probably not fragrances that I would buy again in the future. Maybe if they brought out a new one that was just like exceptionally beautiful and it like ticked all the boxes for me. But I think my days of buying DKNY fragrances are over. If I have any left, I will probably try to finish them up. I might declutter them if I just decide I don't want to use them. But yeah, it's done and I'm glad. And the name annoyed the shit out of me. My last full size empty is the IOP Essential Facial Oil. Now I have talked about struggling with this for pretty much the whole project. It was not a smart product to put into the project for me because this was something that I would either have to use on my face during the day or at night. Now at night I'm actually using a retinol oil, so I don't really have, you know, room in my routine for this. I don't want to layer it. I don't want it to like dilute the retinol oil. And I'm not really wearing oils on my face during the day because I wear quite hydrating foundation and the rest of my routine is hydrating, and something like this is just, it's too much. So I was really struggling to use it. Now I got to here just by, you know, using it on my face. I would use it on my body a little bit. I'd put some in like body moisturizers that I felt could use a little bit of extra hydration. And throughout November I was like, this is just not going to get done, and I'm going to want to like throw it away because I don't see myself changing my skincare routine anytime in the very near future to accommodate something like this. So what I decided to do was actually use it on my body as like in place of a moisturizer. And fuck me, I loved it. It was so nice. It's one of those oils that doesn't stay really oily and greasy on the skin. It absorbs quite well. So, and I mean, that makes sense since it's a facial oil. But on the body, I just loved it. And of course, it only took me like 2 uses to finish what was left in the bottle, just using it on like my arms, legs, and torso. So I enjoyed it for that. I wouldn't say I'd never buy it again, or not buy oils in general again. I just, based on like my face skincare routine at the moment, I think most of the oils in my stash, unless they're specialty oils like retinol oils or something like that, I think most of them are going to have to be used up on my body, because, you know, they're sitting there and they're aging, so I want to get through them. But I just don't really have room for something like this in my skincare routine at the moment. I do when my skin is having a freak out, it's really dry, and I'm like, well, I'm not wearing makeup this week, but I am wearing a friggin' oil on my face every morning and night that's gentle yet, you know, hydrating and will help to repair my skin. But that doesn't happen all that often. So, you know, just one bottle of face oil is probably all I really need in my stash at any given time. So yeah, I will be working on the rest of my oils in my collection next year, but I am very, very glad that I managed to get through this. And although I didn't use it in a way that I would feel is organic to the way it's designed to be used, the way that I did use it worked really well for me and I enjoyed it. I do have 2 samples here. I have fragrance minis. I've got the Machino Fresh Eau de Toilette, which is quite nice. I like it, but I wouldn't buy a full-size bottle of it. And then I have, this is Caroline Herrera, Good Girl, I believe, in the awesome shoe bottles. I do have another one of these, and listen, I'm probably going to keep this bottle just because it's fucking awesome. I also like this fragrance, but again, it's not something that I want to wear all the time, every day. I quite enjoy having a mini of this and just using it here and there. I ended up putting both of these into little spray bottles, like travel spray bottles. I still have a bit of them left, so, you know, I'll just enjoy them organically, but I am gonna, you know, I'm considering them done because the bottles are empty. Yeah, I don't think I'd buy either of these, but I did enjoy the minis. Moving on to products with progress. This is my Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, which is a blend of this and the CYO Matte Foundation. Now you can see there's really not much in there. I made great progress this month. I did hope to finish it, but I didn't quite get there. What's left in there is becoming really difficult to use. So usually when I go to use this, I can get about 1 full pump out of it and then it starts to splutter. So what I do is I do a pump, I get as much out as I can, and then I like tap the bottom to get the product to sort of settle where the tube is that's dragging the product out of the bottle. I think maybe I've got 1 or 2 more uses out of this before I can't use it anymore. So for that reason, I am going to consider it done for the sake of the project, but I am going to continue using it because I've really enjoyed this formula. And I want to like finish it to every last drop that I can possibly get out of it. I have pulled out another foundation that I'm going to try to pair with the matte CYO foundation, the CYO matte foundation. Where is it? Let me show you the combo that I'm going to try next. So the CYO matte foundation and the Natasha Denona Face Glow foundation. I think these could potentially make a good match based on, you know, how well these two got along. So I'm going to try that out. If it works, then I will use that throughout December and I'll update you guys on how much of this I have left in the final update. I have one powder that has progress this month. This is the Can Make Pressed powder. if I can get it open. It was 31.48 grams, now 31.35 grams. I use the tiniest little smallest amount of this under my eyes. I just really haven't been using powder recently. I don't feel like I need it. I just like the foundation combo that I have going on just works on its own. It's fine. I don't feel like I need to set it. So yeah, like I'm not going to hit pan on this or anything like that. I'm just going to continue using it as I'm using it. I also have the MAC Prep and Prime powder in the project. I have no progress on that, and I'm probably not going to focus on it. I'm just going to focus on this one. I have my face mists. Now they've all had use this month. The It's Skin Moisture Mist has the most progress. It was there and it's now down here. There is the smallest amount in there. I know, look, this is what I'm going to be focusing on this month. I was hoping I'd be able to finish it in November, but I just didn't. I was away from home for a little while and I was a bit worried that I would want to wear makeup while I was away and I would run out of this, so I ended up taking this with me, and then I didn't really wear makeup anyway. So this has had a tiny bit of use, but not enough to bother marking it. This one is the Soothing Mist, and then I have the Linda Hallberg H2 Glow Mist in this bottle. And I look, realistically, if I had sort of thought clearly about, you know, how I would use this type of product, I could have been able to leave it in the Linda Hallberg bottle and use it the way I'm using it, because essentially what I'm doing is spraying it on a sponge and then using it on my high points where I highlight, because this, if I spray this all over my face, it looks like I am like a wet, shiny, greasy thing. So I am using a very, very small amount of this in a very specific area in a very specific way. I probably could have made more progress on this, having it in the project, if I just kind of had the forethought to do that. But I just didn't. I didn't. And now it's really slow going. So this one was 47.5 grams. It's now 34.55 grams. So I have made progress on it. I'm not sure if I will finish it. I can see I think there's about that much in the bottle. I'm just going to see how I go with it. Bronzers, I am only focusing on this at the moment. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. This is what I have left. I am going to repress this after I finish filming this video, because it's kind of annoying to use. I'm having to use smaller brushes to try and get in there, and it's just driving me mad. I was thinking, I think last month I talked about maybe repressing it but not being sure if it would stick in the pan, and then Madeline was like, I actually have done this and it sticks just fine. And I remember actually having a conversation with her about repressing it in the pan, and yeah, so I'm going to repress it because I'm sure I can finish this very easily if I do that, or I can struggle down my way to finishing it if I don't do that. So why not make my life easier? I do have the Benefit Hoola bronzer in the project and the Ulta Beauty matte bronzer. I don't think I'll get around to using either of them. Maybe if I do manage to finish this, I will have a go at using the Ulta Beauty matte bronzer, but we'll see how we go. I do have the Hourglass Champagne Flash highlighting stick in this project as well. I've not used it. I was hoping maybe in November I would get a little bit of use out of it, but our weather, it's just been absolutely gross. We had like a week of nice sunny days where I didn't go out and do anything because I was too busy working, and then we had like 10 days of rain and destructive winds. So, you know, I just haven't used it. The weather is gross, and until I feel like I'm actually in a summer environment, I'm not going to bother trying to use something like that because there's no point. I'm wearing long sleeves everywhere I go. My Ulta Beauty matte eye primer in nude, I have made a little bit of progress. So you'll be able to see there was a line here. That was not last month's line, but the month before. And I'm now just there, just above the barcode. I really like this product. I've been using it for a long time and I haven't changed my feelings about it. I'm happy to like keep going with it. I know obviously I'm not going to finish this in the next month, but that's fine. Next year I might start off the year with a different eye primer. But I think I will eventually come back to this because I would ultimately like to finish it off. Then we have this sort of stuff. Pens, pencils, mascaras, stuff like that. So last month, I believe I said like I wasn't going to weigh any of these until the end of the project because I use so little of them that progress doesn't show up on the scales when I weigh them. However, I did go through and weigh a few things that I thought might have visual progress. And there was, I think, just one thing. It's this, the Career Beauty Red Liner. So the last time I showed you a weight update on this, it was 15.15 grams. It's now, sorry, 5.15 grams. And it's now 5.12 grams. I have been using this as like my only eyeliner pretty much. I really love it. It's beautiful. I'm wearing it today. It is like, it's getting a little bit hard to use. I have to, you know, shake it when I'm using it. But I'm just going to keep going with it because I'm really enjoying it. And I think, yeah, that's the only thing that actually has weight progress. The mascaras, I haven't used them. Next year I'm not even going to bother like trying to pan mascaras. It's just, it's annoying. My Marc Jacobs fine liner in Cinderella, I'm still using this to tightline and loving it, but you know, no actual progress. And my Hourglass lipstick in My One Desire, I will just show you visually. That's what I have left. I'm wearing it today. I have still been wearing it. Not a whole lot though, because I am still working on my lipsticks, like testing out all of my lipsticks for the second part of, you know, that project, which is, you know, it's a process. So it's not getting used as much as I would like it to, but that's all right. And then everything here, I've not used at all. My hand cream. Let's talk about this. This is a Rosehip Nourishing Hand Cream from Asano. This one was 131.34 grams, now 123.25 grams. I kind of feel like I don't like this. So I was kind of using it on my feet mostly and trying to finish something else up on my hands. And what I noticed about this is initially it's great. I put it on and it, you know, makes my hands feel like they're being hydrated, but it's actually, it's got like a, can I call it a dry down? I don't know how to describe it, but it goes on feeling, you know, emollient and hydrating and all that stuff. And I can feel like the layer of it on my skin, right? But then after a few minutes, it literally dries down to like a fully matte hand cream. And it feels like there's this dry coating on my hands. And I don't like it. I think if you were like, if you're working in an office and you wanted a hand cream that doesn't leave a residue on your hands, or doesn't leave like a greasy residue on your hands, then you might enjoy this. But I don't like that like weird, like, oh, I don't know. It's like, I can feel there's a layer on my hands, but it's dry and slightly tacky. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I never noticed it on my feet because like I'm not putting this on my feet and then using my feet for things and like, you know, moving around. But on my hands, I notice it. And I don't like it. And I think I'm going to declutter it. I was thinking, oh no, just keep going for December and, you know, use it on your feet, just not on your hands. But I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I might just continue on using like one of the other hand creams that I was trying to finish on my actual hands. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter it because I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm definitely not going to drag this into the new year. Like if this was a final update, I'd be like, I don't like this and I'm decluttering it. So why not just declutter it now? It's whatever. I also have not used this. I haven't done it. It's the Thermosoft self-heating therapy mitts with the paraffin hand mitts. I am going to try to use these tonight. Tonight, I'm going to put on a movie before I go to bed, and I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to fucking use them. I hope. My other perfume in the project is the Katy Perry Killer Queen Royal Revolution. There you go. So I've used this a tiny bit. Like I said, I was away from home for, you know, actually a sort of decent chunk of November. It was away, I think, 9 nights, and I didn't take this. I took one of my like favorite fragrances with me, so this didn't get a whole lot of use, but it was 259.68 grams. It's now 258 grams. I'm going to keep going with this a little bit throughout December. I'm going away for Christmas, and I guess I'm also going to be going out quite a bit in December because, you know, it's a holiday season and everyone's doing their holiday things. So I don't know if I'm really going to want to reach for this, but I'm just going to keep it in the project. I'm going to use it a little bit, see how I go. I like this fragrance, and it's a bit, I would say it's a little bit warmer than like one of my signature fragrances that I'm using at this time of year. But if the day is gloomy and cloudy like it is now, I'm probably going to be vibing this a little bit more than I am one of my fresher fragrances. So I mean, I feel like we could make the argument that I may as well just take this out because I know I'm not going to finish it, and I know I'll give it to my mum when I'm done with it at the end of December. But also, all of the other fragrances that I have on the go at the moment are super fresh summer fragrances. And some days that just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to hold on to it just for now. I'm going to keep it in the project. We'll see if I can make some more progress on it. And if not, then whatevs. Who cares? All right, everybody get ready to praise my good work. I opened these. These are the Lululemon Precious Sheet Masks. You might be able to see 3 little markings here. That indicates how many of them I used. So this is how I'm going to mark these to keep track. Yeah, I used 3, and I believe, where is it? I know there's a number on here somewhere. Was it 35? 32. There's 32 in here. So I now have 29. God, I have to use one like every single day to get through this. I used one today, so that's good. But we'll see how we go. I need to finish these up because I'm moving in January and I don't want to take them with me, so, you know, pray for me. Also, let's talk about the Secret Key Gold Premium First Eye Patches. I also did start marking these. So I marked 2 uses, which is technically 4 of the little iPads. I don't know how many is left in here. It was a 60 count, but I only just started marking it this month and I'd already used some out of there. So I don't know, but I actually did go ahead and weigh these again. It was 150.63 grams. It's now 143.47 grams. So again, that's one that I kind of just want to try my best to work on. Something else that I have in the project, which I don't think I updated last month because there was no use, but I'm talking about it now because I think I might be able to get some use out of this in December. This is a Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Gel. Now, I was using this on my face, but not loving it. I had previously used the liquid version, which I adore, but the gel I didn't love as much. Now, what I opted to do with this was put some of it in a body moisturizer so that I had, you know, that sort of exfoliating action on my body, which my body skin responds really well to, and I've been enjoying it and loving it, and I would even buy another one of these to use for that exact purpose in the future when I finish this. Now, even though I've made no progress on this, I am getting to the point with my current body moisturizer where I'm going to have to crack open a new one very, very soon. And I think what I will do then is mix in some of this to continue on with what I'm doing with this product and really enjoying. So we'll see how we go. I don't think I'll finish this one in December. I'm pretty sure there is way too much in there. It's up to there at the moment. There's too much in there for me to actually finish it in December, unless I was to use it directly on my body, which I don't know, maybe I could do that, but also I don't feel like I really need to. Look, this will have some progress next month. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Also, there's something in my throat. Okay, hair. This is from Davines. It's the Wake Up Circle. I thought I put 2 of these in the project. Did I remove one? I don't know. Maybe I accidentally deleted it. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, this is the only one I've got on my list at the moment, and this is how much I have left. Just that. I had my extensions taken out, so I have a lot less hair now. It's shorter, and there's a lot less of it. So when I use a product like this, I definitely don't need as much as I would have used if I still had my extensions in. But I do think that I will have no trouble finishing up this amount throughout December. So there's that. I am getting through it. I really like this product. I really like almost everything I've tried from Davines. There's obviously been things I've tried that aren't really like targeted at my hair type, where I'm like, this is, you know, it's not my favorite. I prefer other things over it. But Davines as a whole has been like a brand that I really, really respect and I trust. So, you know, it's very easy for me to be happy to keep something like this in my shower and use it up. I also just want to touch on my samples that I had in the project. I haven't really been updating them because I mostly just had the perfumes, but I want to show you the very, very last sample that I have in this project that I've been working on. It's this. It is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. I really like this, and I was using it for a while there. Like, this is a decent sample. This was lasting me really well. I was using it as a day cream because it's like hydrating but not too hydrating, nice and light, worked well under makeup, smells great. Smells like banana pudding, like banana custard, yum. But what happened was I actually put this in my handbag when my skin was dry, and I was like, well, I'm not wearing makeup. I might want a moisturizer top up throughout the day while I'm out. And then I switched out my bag and forgot to take this out. So it's been sitting in my bag for like over a month. So there's that. I would like to finish this up in December as well because I can and I should. So that is it for my Project Pan update number 11. Like I said at the start of the video, I've got 1 month to go. There is a lot of stuff there that I won't finish, but now it's just you know, I'm just trying to focus on getting as much progress out of products as I can, and I will be making decisions about what I want to keep and carry through to 2023, whether I want to pan them or just put them back in my collection, and also the things that I would like to get rid of and just, you know, be done with them. So that's what I will be doing throughout December. I will also be preparing and planning for my 2023 project pan. I think I'm gonna do something kind of similar, but I'm still, I don't know, I haven't given it a whole lot of thought. I'm kind of like, I know the basics of what I want to do, but also I've got other shit on my mind, so I haven't like I haven't ironed it out. But I think I might talk about that a little bit more in the finale at the end of December. Yes, I think, yeah, it'll be up at the end of December, and then I'll have a new one to intro in 2023. So let me know how you guys are going with your project pans. How are you feeling last month? Feeling good, or feeling like just fucking hurry up and be done? Because I know that feeling as well. Let me know down in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.